today, for this project, I did the Sahara Desert versus the Great Sandy Desert. So I basically did differences and similarities between the two. So as the name of this project suggests, I studied the differences between the Sahara and the Great Sandy Desert, and learned very many fun and interesting things. I hope you enjoy my presentations, but I'll first start with the Sahara. The Sahara, located in North Africa, is a desert with an area of 3,600,000 square miles. Its name comes from the Arabic word Asara al-Kubra, which translates to the greatest desert. The desert comprises most of North Africa, but does not include the Mediterranean coast. By contrast, the Great Sandy Desert in Australia is around 110,036 square miles. Something interesting I learned is that the Great Sandy Desert is not a true desert. The amount of rainfall needed for a piece of land to be called a desert is 10 inches per year. The Sandy Desert gets 12 inches, which is why it has animals like crocodiles and Komodo dragons. Its climate fluctuates from 105 degrees Fahrenheit to 68 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter and at night. The Sahara exceeds that. Its temperature reaches around 120 degrees Fahrenheit and lowers to 64 degrees at night and in the winter. The reasons for their temperature, rainfall, and humidity differences are their geographical locations. The Sahara is near the equator, where it receives more sunlight throughout the year, and the Great Sandy Desert is in the southern hemisphere. The evaporation rate is higher near the equator. Some Saharan tribes are the Gattolians in central Anatolia and in Turkey, and the Ethiopians in northeastern Africa, but there are millions of them, so much so that I cannot name them all. The Australians only have two, the Martu in the west and the Pintupi in the east. This is the Ethiopians, and this is the Gattolians. This the Pintupi, and this is the Martu. I'm sorry you can't see it. I can't figure it out.
We'll get up and see, no worries.
Okay, and then its animals and fauna are slightly similar, with the Great Sandy Desert having more marsupials and the Sahara having more burrowing animals and reptiles. The fauna are also interesting, as the plants of the Great Sandy Desert are plants with more need for water, like bush tomatoes and aloe. Yet the Sahara has plants with less need for water, like desert grass, cacti, and alfalfa. In conclusion, the Sahara and the Great Sandy Deserts are similar but have more differences. For example, the differences in humanity and the different sizes of land. But there are also similarities like the animals and fauna, which make them both interesting and intriguing places to study. And as you can see here, I have life cycles of basically it'll start with a producer and end with an apex predator. So y'all can read that if you would like.